Hi guys, Craig Merrick with May Strength and Conditioning. Today I want to go over the stimulus response curve. We get asked a lot of questions, and we have I just had a couple recent conversations with some of our athletes and clients. They're asking me, how come the workout they did this week was a lot easier than the one they did last week. And we keep things simplistic, but I thought by giving you a visual of the stimulus response curve, it would make a lot of sense to kind of what exactly happens to our body and how our body responds when we start exercising, training, things like that. So again, I'm going to use the stimulus response curve to kind of give you a visual. When we initially do our evaluations, our assessment, right, our goal in that assessment is to find out what someone's base level of fitness is. Everybody's going to have a base level of fitness. Whether you're an elite athlete, a beginner athlete, you're going to have a starting point, right? So that's our goal of the assessment. And that's why it's very important that you individualize programs, because everybody's going to be at a different level, okay? So once we do our assessment, our initial assessment, we will figure out what someone's baseline fitness is. And that's this straight line right here, right? This is our baseline fitness. Now, when you'll see segment A over here, this is our stimulus. So this is where we apply, weight training, speed training, agility training, just exercise in general, right? It's a stimulus to our body. When we first do that, it sends our body into alarm, right? So our body doesn't know what's going on. Listen, it's very important to realize that our body doesn't like when we train, doesn't like exercise, right? It's disruption. The goal of our body is to keep everything the same, right? It keeps homeostasis. It wants to keep everything balanced. So at a cell level, at a hormone level, it wants to balance. And when we start exercising, we start training, we're actually breaking our body down, right? So our body doesn't like it. So what happens when we initially get that stimulus going, we actually get a dip, right? So you'll see this where this dips under the baseline of fitness. So our body gets tired and it kind of, doesn't know what's going on. You'll see here, segment B, this is the adaptation period, right? This is where our body kind of reacts to the stimulus and it starts to regenerate itself. It says, kind of the second time you do it, the third time you do that workout, this is why it starts to feel easier, becomes easier, because neuromuscularly your brain is telling your muscles what to do and it remembers everything. So, what happens here during the adaptation process is you'll see it start to kind of climb back up to that baseline of fitness. Then we surpass that baseline of fitness, and that's where we get up here to segment C. This is where the magic happens. This is where the super compensation occurs, right? So your body takes everything that you've done to it over the last 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and it super compensates and starts to create a new baseline of fitness. So when we get here, it's very important that we go on to a new phase, right? So when we get here and it super compensates, it'll actually raise this base level of fitness up. So now, somewhere around here, this is our new baseline of fitness, okay? Here, like I said before, it's very important that we go on to a new phase. That's why we periodize our programs, right? So by periodizing our program, we start this process all over again. Now we initiate new exercises, new types of training. So now we get this dip again. So we get segment A, right? The alarm phase, your body's new stimulus. Oh, what is this? It starts to dip again. So then, it starts to adapt. So we get to segment B. And then we super compensate, C, and we raise that baseline of fitness again. So you see, this is an ongoing process, right? That's why we periodize our programs and go on to new phases, because we raise that base level of fitness up. And when we raise that base level of fitness up, especially from an athletic perspective, we're raising our performance. Even as just a average Joe or Jane that goes to the gym and works out, you're raising this level up, okay? So now you can do, harder exercises, things like that, right? But it's a progress, right? It's a progression. If we do not go on to new programs and we either stop training or keep doing the same program, which how many people you know continue to do the same program forever, we actually create segment D, which will return to this baseline of fitness, all right? And if you do too much, you'll even get to a point where we actually go into exhaustion and we start going the other way. Rather than raising this base level of fitness, we start to lower it, okay? So it's very important that you periodize the program and go on to new stimulus, okay? Again, this is it's a science, right? It's not just going to the gym, working out, breaking your body down all the time, right? It has to be done in a scientific manner. So, we use this model for our programming. It's something that we do, and it's, how we design our programs for our athletes and clients, because, our body, it's the way our body reacts to the stimulus. So it has to be done in a scientific manner, in a correct manner. Okay, I hope this makes sense to you, and if you have any questions, please reach out to us and we'll be glad to get back to you with a response. You can reach us at magestrength.com, or we're on all the social media channels as well. Just check us out, go to our website, reach out, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. All right, thank you very much.